Welcome to our comprehensive video kit tutorial. Today, we'll guide you through everything you need to know about using our Canon C100 Mark II equipment kit effectively. Whether you're shooting over-the-shoulder angles in a short film, conducting professional interviews, or filming a product for marketing purposes, this kit has got you covered. So, let's get started. Let's take a look at what's inside the kit. We have the Philex Light Kit, Canon C100 Mark II camera, and the Manfrotto tripod. Now, let's delve into each component and learn how to make the most of them. First, let's talk about how to check out the equipment. It's a simple two-step process that you can complete online. Please head over to our University of Washington website, comm.uw.edu. Click on the equipment checkout page found under the Resources tab shown here. This will provide any information you need to know. Scroll down to this purple button labeled Reserve Equipment and it will take you to our equipment checkout page. Another great way to get there is through our quick links at the top right-hand corner of the screen. Click on Student Equipment Checkout as seen here. Now we are on the home page of our equipment page. Now it's time to create a reservation by clicking the Create a Reservation link. You will want to select the date and time for both your pickup and return. Please note our hours of operation here. Once you have done so, you will scroll down to the options below. For this class, you will click on Comm Lead Video Storytelling. Options reveal themselves below. If you click on the name of the kit, you can see all the components within the kit. Make sure that for this class you select all three kits within this category. You will want to select a 190xdb tripod, an audio-video kit, and a Philex Light Kit. Be sure to confirm that all three boxes are checked before heading down to the bottom of the page to complete your reservation. The last step is clicking the Create Reservation button as seen here. That's it. You have created your equipment reservation. Please note the times you have set to pick up and drop off the equipment. We ask that you maintain professionalism as you are responsible for being timely and treating the kits with care. We do reserve the right to penalize or hold your account in the event that the user agreement is broken. When you arrive on location to pick up your equipment, please give yourself extra time so that you can ensure you get to where you're going on time. Here we are in the equipment checkout room. Please have your Husky ID ready to show to our staff. This is to ensure each reservation is given to the right person. If you're without your Husky ID, your regular photo ID will work as well. If you reserve well in advance, it gives our staff a chance to scan everything prior to your arrival. In this case, we are going to need to scan this kit. Each component has a barcode to ensure that all items are accounted for. We scan each component of the kit individually, so this does take a few minutes. Our friendly staff will assist you in this process and answer any questions you may have. Our staff will then print out your reservation receipt. Upon pickup, we will have you sign and date the first open line on the page. We will have you sign again when you make your reservation return. That's it. You've checked out your first kit with us at UW-Comm's equipment checkout program. Now that you have your kit, it's time to head to your film location. The Canon C100 Mark II camera is a fantastic all-in-one system. It delivers great color and is a tried and true option. Please note that it offers 1080p resolution and not 4K. When the camera isn't in use, please cover the lens with the lens cap for added protection. To release the lens from the camera body, press the button here on the side and turn counterclockwise. To reattach to the lens, match up the red dot on the camera to the red dot on the lens. This is the angle in which the connection can be made. Twist clockwise until you hear it click in place. Your lens has a stabilizer mode you can enable with a simple switch as seen here. You can also switch your manual focus to automatic using the switch above. There is a lens cap for the camera and can be placed on the body when not in use. There is an additional cap for the bottom of the lens when it is detached from the camera. Before you start filming, make sure the camera's batteries are charged. Checking the battery level is as simple as tapping on this button on the battery module. Alternatively, you can also check the power on the camera screen once the battery is installed. Let's plug in the battery. You put the battery in the designated slot seen here and slide it to the left until you hear a click. To release the battery, press the battery release button, which allows you to pull the battery to the right and out. To charge the battery, you'll plug the charging brick to the wall using the power cord provided in your kit. You will then slide the battery module into its slot on the charging brick. The blinking light indicates the charging status of the battery. Above the battery, there is the dual memory card slots. You'll need to flip the cover up to access the SD card slots. Once both SD cards are in, you'll want to make sure that you flip the cover closed. If you don't, your camera will not recognize the SD cards. Get to format the SD cards when you're done to free up space for the next shoot. Good audio quality is crucial for any video production. Some would argue that it can make or break your video. Here we have the Rode NGT2 shotgun microphone. To use this mic, we're going to need to plug it in. As you can see here, there is a 3-prong connection called an XLR port. We will plug our XLR cord into this port. You will hear a click when you've fully connected the mic. To unplug the cord, you will press the silver button on the side here to release the cord from the mic. Now, we have a few more things to cover here. You can see that this microphone has a windscreen. This protects the sound from incoming wind or white noise. This microphone has a battery compartment in which you can place a AA battery. If you have 48V, or phantom power, selected, you will not need a battery for the microphone to function, as phantom power provides the necessary energy to power the mic. Let's take a look at the wireless lavalier microphone that is included in your kit. Here is the wireless receiver. This is what will be plugged into your audio channel using our trusty XLR port. There is a button on the back of the receiver which allows you to detach the battery from the receiver base. There is a small rubber cover with a pull tab on the battery to access the micro USB plug. This is where you will connect your battery to a power source to recharge. Once charged, you will simply place the battery back into its slot on the receiver. You will hear a click when the battery is attached. Now for the wireless transmitter. Similarly, we will look at the battery first. To release the battery, you will have to press the 2 buttons on the side of the transmitter. This battery also has a micro USB port for charging. When charged, slide the battery into the slot until you hear a click. Let's break down the wireless receiver a bit more. Aside from the XLR port and the battery, you're going to need to know a few more things. Let's begin by turning on the receiver by holding down the power button as seen here. To check the battery's status, press the power button. The lights on the left side indicates how full your battery is. To start pairing, hold down the pair button. A green and red light will alternate flashing, which indicates that your receiver is looking for the transmitter to connect with. Now, let's go a bit more in depth with the wireless transmitter. On the back of the transmitter, you have a metal clip which allows you to clip the device to a pocket or somewhere on your person. On the top of the transmitter, you have the port to plug in the lav mic, an indicator light which lets you see the pairing status. Additionally, we have a mute switch that allows you to mute your mic as needed. To turn the transmitter on, there is a power button you will hold down on the left side of the device. The transmitter is now turned on, but there says no link. This indicates that the transmitter has not been paired with the receiver. Your small screen will also show you the status of the battery. To start pairing, hold down the pair button beneath the power button on the left side of the transmitter. You will then be able to see the flashing green and red light. Additionally, we will quickly demonstrate plugging the lav mic into the transmitter. Make sure you secure the mic's connection by tightening the metal ring. On the other end, you have your microphone and clip to attach it to your person for optimal recording. Now that we know the basics, let's pair both the wireless transmitter and receiver together. These devices will try to find each other as long as they are turned on, and usually will automatically detect each other like old friends. In the event that the light doesn't automatically turn green, hold down the pair button on both devices. To attach the audio module to the camera, align the plates as seen here and tighten the knob on top to secure both pieces of hardware together. There are two ways to connect the camera to external source audio. Your kit will come with the cable to connect externally. The secondary option to connect audio is through a simple auxiliary jack. Make sure to align the arrow of the cable provided with the arrow on the camera. You will hear the cable snap into place. For this demonstration, we are going to connect an XLR cord to channel 1. Make sure the 3 prongs line up with the XLR port you are connecting to. You will hear the XLR cord click into place. To connect the Sennheiser audio receiver to channel 2, you will go through the same process. Make sure you hear that click. To remove either XLR cord or the Sennheiser audio receiver, you will press the silver button below to release the connection. The XLR cables plug directly into the camera to capture high-quality sound. Make sure that phantom power is active to power your microphones. This tab at the bottom allows you to connect your camera directly into the wall. There are 2 ports in this tab. You have an HDMI port and USB mini port. There is also a tab here where you can plug a remote into. Last but not least, you can plug your headphones directly into the camera to monitor the audio levels. Speaking of which, you can adjust the audio levels to ensure optimal sound quality during recording. While recording, the camera can display the audio levels, helping you monitor the sound in real time. To power on the camera, locate the power knob, typically found on the top or side of the camera body. Before you begin filming, make sure to format or erase the SD card's footage so you have as much space to work with as possible. Click the menu button as seen here. Navigate down using this toggle to the sub-menu called Other Functions. Click right to enter the sub-menu and scroll all the way down to Initialize Media. Once selected, you will see your 2 SD cards present. Select the card you'd like to format and then select Complete. The menu will ask you if you're certain about this decision. If you are certain, press the OK button. It may take a moment to initialize. You have formatted your SD card. You can duplicate this process for the other SD card. Once you've recorded your footage, you can switch to media mode to playback and review your clips. Once you've switched to media mode, your screen will show a grid of clips you can sort through. Use the small navigation toggle on the bottom left side of your screen. When you've found a clip you'd like to play back, you simply select the play button on the camera body. To stop playing, you press the stop button on the camera body and this will transition you back to your gallery of media to choose from. Adjusting the ISO, shutter speed, angle, aperture, and internal ND filters allows you to control the exposure and overall look of your footage. To adjust your camera's aperture, you can use the scroll wheel on the top right side of your camera. To increase the f-stop number or aperture, will decrease your exposure and increase depth of field. To adjust the ISO, select the toggle on the bottom left of your screen. This will allow you to change the ISO of your camera. The higher the ISO is will result in more light being detected. Note that the higher your ISO, the more grain your footage will have. There is also a button on the side of the camera to enable ISO adjustment as seen here. To adjust your shutter speed, select the shutter button on the left side of your camera. You can also press the toggle on the lower left side of your screen. The higher the shutter speed is limits the time in which your lens shutter is open to collect in light. This will result in a darker composition, but each frame will be less blurry. To adjust the white balance, select the toggle on the bottom left side of your screen. Navigate over to where the white balance is seen here and you will be able to adjust your white balance settings. These are presets designated by location and the way the light is during filming. Your camera has an internal ND filter. You can adjust the ND filter by using the ND filter wheel on the side of the camera. Now let's talk about frame rates. Select the menu button and navigate down to the other functions menu like before. Enter the sub-menu by pressing right on the toggle and scroll down to MP4. You can change your frame rate from 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second. If you would like to shoot at 60 frames per second, you will have to change the Mbps or megabytes per second to 35. The default frame rate will be 60 frames per second. This is a good setting if you're shooting in slow motion. You can change autofocus to manual. Once you do, you are able to adjust the focus physically on the lens as seen here. To use the zoom feature, use the other ring on the lens to adjust how close of a shot you would like for your footage. You have 3 buttons on the camera that allows for recording. They are all red buttons, so they should be easy to identify. Happy recording. The tripod is an essential tool for achieving stable shots. Setting it up is a straightforward process, so let's cover the basics. You'll want to extend the tripod legs as seen here, making sure you have a solid base to set your camera on. Always tighten each knob you loosen. With all 3 legs extended, we can now set the tripod down on a flat surface. For a little extra height, you can twist the knob on the side here and extend the tripod further. Make sure you tighten the knob so that the center column is secure. There is a knob on the side of the camera that controls the tilt function. On the other side of the tripod head, you have the knob that adjusts the pan handle. To enable the tripod to pan left to right, loosen the panning lock nut as seen here. Tighten it back up for a steady unmoving shot. Make sure to screw in the tripod plate to the camera. It's important to make sure this connection is secure, as your camera will rely on this connection point for stability. Once the tripod is ready, it's time to secure the camera to it using the tripod plate. You'll want to make sure that once your camera is set up on the tripod, you can view your subject in the viewfinder comfortably. Let's start out by setting up one of the lights in our Philex light kit. The light stands assemble in a similar way that the tripods do. Its job is to hold the lights up in the same way the tripod does for the camera. Remember to secure the joints of the stand by tightening the knobs. Let's extend the light stand to a reasonable height to film at. Once you have all three legs of the utility light stand placed comfortably on solid ground, we'll go ahead and mount the light on the top. You can see the point at which the light and the stand become one unit. Keep in mind that the lights need to be plugged into a power source and do not have built-in batteries. Once on, you can adjust the brightness on the right knob on the back of the light. Additionally, you can adjust the color temperature of the light by using the knob on the left side. To attach and detach the barn doors from the light, pull on the small metal switch on the top of the light near the front. Congratulations! You now have a comprehensive understanding of our video kit. Remember, it's essential to familiarize yourself with the equipment before you shoot. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to our team at tech4comm@uw.edu. Happy filming!